if this works. I've been having nothing but technical difficulties all night long. It's been quite some time since I've been able to install. So guess I should turn down the volume of that music a bit. Yeah, it's been a little while. Been on vacation, been working, been taking care of a kid. Oh, hold on. Hello. Hi, Ethan. How you doing? What you up to? Oh yeah, watching Into the Spider-Verse. You know what I'm doing right now? I am doing my sculpting stream on Twitch. Oh, you're not interrupting me too much. I'm sure everybody's enjoying listening to my side of the conversation on the phone. Did you ever find your phone? They are here, yes, but they're not with me. Dogs are outside and Rachel's upstairs. Why? Okay, well, no, just me, and I'm just online by myself, sculpting. Sure. You know what, that is a great question to Google. I am not sure how long a dog needs to be pregnant before having its puppies. Well, I'm not on Google right now. I'm actually trying to sculpt. So, love you too, Ethan. Alright, you have fun watching your movie. Love you, bye. There we go. It's always fun hearing from the kids. Watching movies. Hello, mysterious gypsy. I've got the new chat screen up on the side there, so if this ever gets posted to YouTube, people know who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about. I feel like this camera can't see very well. I'm gonna put my box around here. Raise this up a little bit. Hello. Yeah. Sure, what's up? Oh, no, we don't have enough room for another puppy. Sorry. But, I know the puppies would be cute, but we already have 2 dogs and 2 cats. We do not need any more animals. Love you, bye. Oh, the joys of having kids who want pets. So yeah, tonight has been fraught with technical difficulties of getting cameras to work, getting mics to work. Is my mic still working? Yeah, mic is still working. I don't know why my camera keeps cutting out on me. Two dogs, two cats. My house has 5 dogs. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of responsibility. I think the most challenging part of having pets is when you have to go on vacation and you gotta, you know, figure out what to do with them. Get somebody to come dog sit or cat sit, change the litter box, or let them out, take them for walks. It's more light. I feel like if I put too much light on here, it gets washed. This gets washed out. Loses some of the detail. Yeah, I guess my ex-wife has a couple of dogs and they're getting ready to have puppies, so now my kid wants wants the puppies. Oh yeah, that's right. Are you from Canada? You got the your independence is coming up too, right? Is it on the 2nd or 3rd? I can't remember exactly. Oh, the 1st. Okay, that's right. I work with a few guys from Canada, so they've informed me of Canada's Independence Day. Alright, try to... I've got a manual focus on this camera, by the way, so if it seems out of focus, just let me know. I'll try to get this in focus. So I got my anatomy study here. Been working on this for a really long time because I just haven't had a lot of time to work. Just got back from a big holiday. Went to Disney World and Universal Studios, and we went to Kennedy Space Center in Cocoa Beach and I think Shell Beach. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really want to be done with this. I really am tired of working on this. Trying to figure out what I'm missing. What's missing from this? Wonder if I can get camera in close on this. I think something hit my armpit here. Oh no. So we went to the wizarding world of Harry Potter and had butterbeer and all sorts of fun things on our vacation. And so we got the wizarding wands that do magic around the wizarding world and make things happen. Really expensive but fun. Kid loved it, right? So now I'm thinking about designing and sculpting a wand stand for our wizarding wands that we can put up, and I've got some ideas. I was thinking about using what's it called, epoxy, and sculpting something and using epoxy molding it, casting it, making it feel like magical stuff, and underlight it with LEDs and stuff to make it look like it's glowing. I think that would be a lot of fun. You know what's missing on this guy? Nipple. See if I can get a nipple on here. Yeah, right about there. Well, summer's here and the kid is staying with his mom. So I'm hoping to be able to do maybe a little bit more of this throughout the week. I tried doing something I was calling micro streams while I was on vacation, where I would stream me out at the park just doing some illustrations in my sketchbook, and it seemed to be successful when I was connected to Wi-Fi. And Universal Studios and Disney World, they both had Wi-Fi that was free and just easy. You connect to it really easily, and I was able to do a couple live streams. Just fun. A little stressful though, you know. I had the family with me, obviously, so I was trying to do it when they were busy doing something. Usually it was at lunchtime, get food, but I had fun, and I think I want to try that some more, since you can live stream from your phone. But yeah, it's I only did these little, I call them micro streams. I did these little 10-minute, just 10 minutes, just found a comfortable place to sit, and I learned a few things along the way, like it's probably really helpful to have a tripod. So like trying to hold my phone and draw at the same time. It was quite challenging. But the family is pretty cool. They played along and waved at the camera, and were very supportive, and that was very appreciative. Oh, I think I want to be done. I want to be done with this so bad. I think maybe I should start working on these hands. They kind of got a little messed up here. I'm getting banged around. Yeah, I missed last week's stream. Just came back from vacation. I was just so tired. We took almost a full almost 2.5 weeks. It felt like that we were gone. That was a long vacation. When I would say about 2 days into the vacation, I was like, my God, when is this vacation gonna be over? And then like 2 days before the end of the vacation, I was like, where did my vacation go? Oh yeah, am I missing a few muscles there? I'm gonna have to go check on that. It's a good catch. And I appreciate all the help. So I haven't been sculpting very long. Normally I animate. I'm a game animator in my day job, and Wednesdays I do motion capture and animation tutorials here on Twitch. And one day I decided, you know, I'm just gonna sculpt. I want to do something that I could pick up and hold. And so I just started sculpting. And I think I have it around here somewhere. There it is. I did my first sculpt. Pull this away here. This is my first. Try to make it feel like you picked it up from the bottom of the ocean. I did this. And then I was like, that, you know, it was fun. You know, it's kind of a fun first attempt, right? And then I got ambitious. And I did this. Kind of this Celtic old dude. There we go. This was like, you know, playing with different materials and trying to get cloth and just experimenting and just trying to see what I could get. And then I was going to do I was thinking something like something feminine, like a ballerina or something that's dynamic and fun. And then I realized, you know what, I should probably study some anatomy. So that's where this came from. This came from me going, I need to learn anatomy better. So I appreciate all the feedback that you all give me. I am definitely going to check into those missing muscles, but I think I want to concentrate on these hands for now. Well, while I have never really sculpted before in like something like clay or this polymer clay, right? I've done digital sculpting back in the day in the computer, and so I had a concept of sculpture and sculpting. And a general understanding of anatomy. Oh yeah. So I've got this book. Actually, it's kind of hidden back here. Speaking of working out, if I can grab it, it's behind this book. Ah, here it is. I got this book, Strength Training Anatomy. Focus in on it. And I have learned a tremendous amount of, can't see it, kind of bar in the way, of anatomy looking at this book. And I traditionally used it for illustration. But I tell you, it's very different illustrating stuff like this than it is sculpting. I mean, it's very interesting and challenging, and I really like it. One of the things I like about it is I spend all day in the computer animating, and it's all digital, but it's very satisfying to do something like this that you can pick up and hold and hand to somebody, and it's kind of nice. But yeah, that Oh yeah, I had it back in, yeah, the book back in college. I've had that book a long time. I think that's second edition. I think they're like on the fourth or fifth edition now. But yeah, I keep telling myself maybe one day I'll go back to school, take some art classes, sculpting, maybe photography, but got to concentrate on a few other things right now. So Sundays, I don't think I'm thinking about changing my sculpting day from Sunday to another day of the week. I was talking it over with my girlfriend. I was thinking maybe Thursdays. Oh yeah, that's cool. Just out of curiosity, can you read all that text that's right there on the screen? It's hard to tell. I'm looking at a little tiny monitor up in the corner. It just looks like itty bitty tiny squiggles to me. On the overlay, yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, the overlay definitely. Yeah, I've got an old television that I pulled out of our guest room and decided to stick up on my wall. So my setup here is I designed my desk, my workspace, so that my computer, which is behind me, where I do all my digital work, is there, and then when I want to do something with my hands, it's right here. And I was like, I want a TV, so I pulled in a TV and mounted it to the wall, and that way I can watch Netflix while I work. I definitely come on Twitch and I go on YouTube and I watch these people sculpt, and I'm just amazed at how good they are and how much detail they can get into these little tiny sculptures. I think I want to try working with monster clay. It'll be challenging to work with. I want to learn casting and molding, and I'd like to sculpt something and cast it and be able to reproduce it and make a few molds out of it. I think that would be fun. Oh no, I think I wiggled my finger loose. Oh no. So there's a class out in Vegas. I can't think of the name of the school. For sculpting, I believe it has a bunch of artists who work at ILM teaching these classes, and it's one of those things I'd love to do sometime if I could ever find the time and money. They're relatively expensive. And I'm sure the material cost on top of that is pricey, and the fact that I'd have to fly out to Vegas and stay there for however long those classes are. So I think I might have some relatives in or around Vegas. Might be able to crash on their couch. Huh. I wonder if I baked this. If I got the clay where I want it and then baked it and then used some tools to help like sculpt the hardened polymer. I wonder how that would work. Or if I just messed stuff up. I have no idea. All right. Oh, Lady Clay, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Although I have seen a lot of your things you've posted on Instagram. Is it Instagram? Yeah, Instagram. I like the little Batman. What were those? I saw the little hooks in the head. Wasn't sure what those were. Oh, the hands. Hey, I'm learning how to do the hands too. Oh, keychains. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like them. I have been super busy. I took the well, I shouldn't say I took the family to Disney World, but we went on vacation and my girlfriend set the whole thing up. So I have been gone for several weeks. And I'm just trying to get back in the swing of things. I want to finish this sculpture. I want to do something else. I'm ready. I'm ready for a change. Yes, I want to do all the things. So, while I was on vacation, one of the things we did was we went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And I got my kid one of those magic wands so he can go around and like do magic around that part of the park, make things happen in the store windows. And so we all ended up getting one. So we have 3 wands now. They're very expensive. And my thought was I want to do a sculpture that is a wand stand. So we put all 3 of our wands. My girlfriend is a Hufflepuff. I'm a Gryffindor. My son is a Slytherin, apparently. So I was thinking of doing something interesting with the wands, set them up. I want to do some sort of epoxy thing that looks like magic. I want to underlight it with some LEDs. You know, a bunch of stuff I don't know how to do yet. But I know if I don't finish this, it will never get finished. Yes, now I have to do it, and I can't wait. I need to come up with the design. I don't know if that's something I should do offline or if I should do it online. I don't know how many people are interested in watching me do doodles and sketches. Although I did do some little sketches while I was out. I tried these little micro streams and I tried streaming from my phone. So I think I got a couple of those videos up here on Twitch. Have to check them out before they disappear. But yeah, I was out at Epcot and Disney World and all that, and I was trying to do these little micro streams with my phone and do these little sketches in my sketchbook. And I thought it went okay. They're like little 10-minute streams. I think I'm going to try that some more this summer. I want to go out and I'd like to stream, but I've discovered I need to be on a Wi-Fi network. Disney and Universal had Wi-Fi, so I was able to do it pretty easily from there. But if I'm just using my cellular network, yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going live. I don't know. It didn't save. I went to the beach, just hung out on the beach and tried streaming and was having some trouble. I tried streaming from Barton Springs, which is like a natural spring people go swimming in out here at Austin, and phone overheated from the sun. It's like trying to stream. I got this temperature warning, like like oh no. Yeah, I found it quite the challenge trying to stream over with my phone. Because I'm like trying to hold the phone with one hand, I'm trying to draw with the other hand and balance my sketchbook and not let the wind blow things away. And we were in Florida, so it's raining sideways. It's just like so if you ever try using your phone to stream, make sure you have a little tripod. You put your phone on. Yeah, you're right. In fact, I actually ordered a tripod the other day, and I got it in, and I tried it. It seemed like it was working okay. It's just my phone was having a hard time connecting to the network to stream. That's kind of what this little camera on this is one of those little iPhone tripods that you can bend and wrap around things. I decided to wrap it around this so I can like maybe more easily move the camera around. Yeah, Florida is super humid. This time of year, it rains pretty much every day, almost like clockwork. It's like up. So if you ever go, make sure you get a poncho. Bring them with you. Put them in your backpack because you'll need them. Also, if you're going to Disney World and well, not Disney World so much, but definitely Universal, make sure that you have a very small backpack because you have to put your backpack in lockers now before you hop on the rides. Oh, gosh. Not the prettiest of hands. But, it'll do for now. So I went on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World, and wow, has it changed. I remember going on as a kid, and I heard all the controversy about people making, or Disney making that ride politically correct, and which is interesting because listening to people, just people, we wrote it several times, just listening to people talk about it. A lot of people are like disappointed that it's not what it used to be. It's not as this politically incorrect pirate selling slave women or something like that. But it's completely changed now. It's now got like Jack Sparrow, and he pops up several places throughout the ride, and it really was amazing to look at it. Just the attention to detail, and I think one of my favorite things about just going to Disney World is just looking at the attention to detail that they put into everything, just the lines to the rides and everything. That's kind of what made it easier for me to stand in really long lines to the rides, is just being able to enjoy the craftsmanship and the artistry that went into just designing everything. I did find a couple of hidden Mickeys. One of them was pointed out to me, I have to admit. And that was on that was in the Animal Kingdom, and it was pointed out as we had to go take the elevator because my girlfriend's mother was with us, and she's disabled, so she had a little scooter to get around in. And so we had to go over to the elevator to go look at the Bug's Life movie adventure thing. And she pointed out the hidden Mickey up in the corner. Oh yeah, that's right. You're over in West Coast, LA, right? Well, I have been to Disney World and Disneyland twice, long time ago, and then Six Flags a whole bunch because I worked at Six Flags as a kid, in high school and put myself through college, and it's not what it used to be. You have to like really plan to go to these places. I mean, you gotta like plan your day and figure out your plan. You need to get there like before it opens and rope drop, and you have to have fast passes all set up in advance, and it is quite challenging. My girlfriend set it all up. She's amazing. She set it all up, and I don't think she got to really enjoy because she was so focused in on sticking to the plan so everybody can have the maximum amount of fun that I think she ended up not having fun herself. It's expensive. I easily spent over $1,000 just on food amongst all the parks and everything, and I didn't even pay for all the meals, and we were there for 2 weeks, so 5 days Disney World, 5 days Universal. We went out to Kennedy Space Center, Cocoa Beach, Shell Beach. I want to say it's Shell Beach. One side of Atlantic side of Florida and Gulf Mexico side of Florida. So we went to both of those, and that was fun. I really enjoyed the beach. Yeah, I had built up a tremendous amount of PTO at my job, so I took advantage of it. It's the first time my son has been to Disney World or any Disney parks or anything, and he's been to Six Flags, but so we did a reveal to him, and what we did was we created we had him solve a riddle, and the riddle led to a clue, and he had to solve the clue in order to unlock a piece of a URL code, and which was a YouTube link. And we had pre-recorded congratulations, you're going to Disneyland, yada yada yada, this whole big to-do. And so for a week he had been like, every day after school the riddle would be sitting out for him to discover, and he would do it, and he was really excited about it. He loved it, and just it was like the best thing for him. And I've got video of him watching the video that we made, and it's priceless. And I got a text here. Yes, the answer is yes. But so yeah, I mean, like the whole time he's watching the reveal video, his mouth, he's just like, just is exciting. Very exciting for him. He got to fly on a plane. He was on a plane a long time ago as a little kid. He doesn't remember, so now that he's 10, he got to be on this plane. He really enjoyed it. Well, except for the landing part. His ears, he was asleep and his ears wanted to pop, or didn't want to pop, so he had all that pressure, and that hurt him pretty bad. But other than that, he really enjoyed it. Oh, so funny, interesting story with our trip. So one of the things that my girlfriend did while we were on the trip was research, right? So she found all these vlogs that people put out on YouTube about going to Disney World and Universal and all that, and just really did a ton of research in order to go. And while we were there, they were getting ready to test that new Hagrid ride, motorcycle ride, and all the vloggers that she had been watching, like Rick's Flicks and Tim Tracker, they were there, and she goes, "Is that Rick from Rick's Flicks?" I'm like, "Nah, that's not him. That's not him." It's like, "No, I think that's him. It's him." I'm like, "No." And he like turns and he sees her pointing at her, or at him, and she's like, Are you Rick from Rick's Flicks? And he's like, "Yeah." So we go over, we started talking to him. He's like a really nice guy, and so that was interesting. She was over the moon, meeting all these vloggers that she had been literally watching for a year, because we decided after our Grand Canyon adventure last family vacation, summer vacation, to do the Disney World thing. So she started planning and doing all that stuff and watching all these vlogs. So she was super excited. So if you ever are interested in watching people talk about these parks, go check out, Rick's Flicks and Tim Tracker. I might be getting this wrong. If Mysterious Gypsy is on the chat here, I'm sure she can tell you exactly who to watch. So, but so yes, my next sculpt, I was gonna do I've been doing all this like masculine. Hold on, you got one of my things over here. Here's one of my other sculptures I did. So I've been doing kind of like these masculine, this old man Celtic dude, right? And I'm doing this like anatomy study, this like relatively, muscular male character. I was thinking about doing a female, like something very feminine and flowing and dynamic, like a ballerina or something very interesting with a really cool pose. But since I got those wands over in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, a fairy would be good, right? Yeah, Tim Tracker, Rick's Flicks, Rick Flicks, and Tim Tracker. That's it. Fairy would be cool. But yeah, after doing the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and getting those wands, I think I want to do a wand stand, and I want to make a bunch of those little skulls, kind of like the skull in here. If I can focus in on that. But yeah, do a bunch of like wizard things, right? Creepy, crawly little things that you would see in Hogwarts, and then get some epoxy and like do some sculptures and cast and mold and get epoxy and pour it in and make it feel like magic, and underlight it with LEDs and just put the wands in there. I haven't figured out how I want to arrange the wands or anything. You ready for a dad joke? I wonder how I'm going to do it. Oh, bad jokes. Well, fair warning. I gave you fair warning. But yeah, actually, when we talked to Rick from Rick's Flicks, I mentioned I asked if he had thought about live streaming because he does, he does everything. And he goes home or he records everything. And he goes home and he does all the editing and everything. And he's like, "Oh, I thought about it, but no. This is it is very challenging to stream live. I have to admit, even the live streaming I did at Disney World and Universal and all that, it was very challenging." Definitely very challenging. And it's a little nerve-wracking, right? All of you who also stream. By the way, if you Twitch stream, feel free to say, "Hey, I Twitch stream. Come check me out. Maybe you can get some crossover traffic." Lady Clay streams, and she has a fun stream, especially if you like how do you describe it? Very adorable, cute, very stylized sculptures like little Batman and little avocado people that you created. It's really cool stuff. Very fun. I like the painting. I like how colorful everything is. Cute things. You know what I need? I need diffuse lighting. That's what I need. I've got these spotlights that work great for me, but I feel like it really washes everything out on video. Tell you, I was a little worried tonight that I wasn't going to be able to stream, as my for some reason I just had a ton of like technical difficulties. Like my camera wouldn't work, and then when the camera would work, the microphone would cut out. Then I get the microphone working and the video would cut out. And then I think I started streaming and then my video cut out again. It's like I can't win. But then everything just started working again. I don't know how, but it did. I think I need to do a full reinstall of my Windows operating system. Really do. I think it's about time. It's kind of so my setup on my computer is I have my C drive, which has all my software, right? And then I have working drives, so everything gets put on those other drives. All my videos, all my pictures, things that I do for my website, the videos that I record here, because every time I stream, I record. Everything gets put onto a other drives. So if something happens and I have to like reformat my C drive and reinstall my operating system, it's relatively painless. I don't have to worry about really backing much up. Maybe web browser pages and that sort of thing, bookmarks, but it just comes down to just reinstalling the operating system, reformatting the C drive, reinstalling it, and then reinstalling all my software. And it seems like nowadays everything is super easy to reinstall. So if you have Adobe Suite, you just Adobe Creative Manager thing, and now you have all your Premiere and After Effects and Photoshop and everything else you use. I use Autodesk products for all my animations. So, oh, can't see what I'm doing. I use Autodesk products for all my animations, so it's just download the Autodesk app and easy, very easy. I feel like my guy's twisted. There he goes. Oh no, I took a chunk out of his ankle. I wonder if I did that with my thumb. So I don't know how many of you out there like watching motion capture or animation, that sort of thing, especially for game development. But on Wednesdays, I stream motion capture and animation. And it's usually more of a tutorial, since that's pretty much what I do for a living. That's why my work pays me the tens of dollars to to do. I don't really talk much about the game I work on, but I do like to teach motion editing. So Wednesdays, I think I stream at 8. I could be wrong. I have to go check my schedule. Oh, you're talking about the wire underneath the feet or the wire on the hand, like here. Cut that off. Yeah, I'll cut that off later. The reason why I left it is while I was working on the hand, it gave me something to hold on to while I mess around with the fingers. And the ones on the feet, eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whatever base I put this on, I'll drill little holes down into the base, and I'll just kind of like set this down into a base. Because I don't think this is going to freestand on its own. Maybe I should sculpt little guts in here. Little digestive system, like a cross section. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a little butterfly. Or I'm going to press in a little impression of a butterfly here. Yeah, butterflies in his tummy. Oh, okay, so the ones that are coming out of his spine? Oh, you mean, yeah, so like this right here. Oh yeah, I'll definitely cut that out. So, I've been trying to think about this, how I'm going to, because I'm going to bake this in the oven, right? Because it's a polymer clay, so that's, for those of you who are not familiar with what I've been doing. This is all a polymer clay. And I'll bake this in the oven, it'll get hard. And then I'll be able to do stuff. So I'll bake this. I'll probably cut this right here after I bake it, I think. I think I'll do it that way. Yeah, it'll probably be fine. We'll find out. This is all very experimental for me. I've also got armature. Oh, let's see that. Also got some armature like right here. That I'm kind of like regretting. Maybe what I'll do is after this is baked and hardened, I will get my Dremel and put a little bit on my Dremel, and I'll cut the wire here and here and just pull it out, and then just kind of like file down some of the hardened polymer clay. I think that's what I'll probably do. I've been trying to think of what I would do. I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try cutting it out. This is very challenging. Yeah, so when I did this sculpture over here, when I did this guy right there, I didn't have this armature like what you see here. I just got a block of wood, and the armature that's inside of him, I fit down into the wood, and it actually had like a wire like coming straight up the center, like between his legs, straight up into the core of his body, to kind of hold him still. But I found a lot of problems of bumping him and knocking him over, and just it was unpleasant. So I went and I bought this, which I'm sure somebody more talented than me can make in their garage. This little piece of armature, just it's like an arm, right, to hold your figure on, and it's helped out a lot. Like I feel very like I feel like I can just pick this up and move this around, and it's really nice just being able to pick up this whole base. I believe I can bake this in the oven like it is. Should be fine. It's just wood and metal. It shouldn't be a problem. I think this is tall enough. I hope this isn't too tall. This guy barely fit in the oven, and yeah, that was a challenge. But like I said, I didn't have him on an arm, so I think when I put this in the oven, I'll be able to easily like fit it in and set it down and bake it. And when I pull it out, do the same thing. So it should be fine. But some of the drawbacks are like, I'll start working and it'll be like this. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was in the camera. It was in the way, so you have to start moving it around. I wish I had something on both sides where it's like I could switch it from holding him in the back to holding it in the front. I wonder if I can make something that would sort of do that. Oh, there I go. Doing exactly what I was guilty of. Oh yeah, butterfly in the tummy. That's what I was doing. There we go. Little tiny butterfly impression. Maybe I'll work on those ribs a little bit. They're a bit, I think the ribs are a bit thick. Yeah, I put a little butterfly in the tummy. I don't know if I can focus in on that. There it is. Little tiny butterfly impression in the tummy. Like a tattoo. More like the game Operation. So if I remember correctly, he had butterflies in the tummy. So I've been all night long. I've been kind of like talking about my Disney World vacation. So if anybody has fun theme park or Disney World or Disneyland stories, feel free to share them. I've got some crazy ones from working out at Six Flags as a teenager. So did you know that a freezer, like the big industrial freezers, whenever you shut them, it creates a vacuum. So if you shut the freezer door and then try to open it up again immediately, you have a really hard time. Sometimes you can't even open up those doors because it creates a vacuum. So at Six Flags, they had a huge freezer. I mean, literally, you can drive a forklift into this freezer and carry these pallets of like lemon chills and cherry chills and ice cream and all sorts of stuff. And when the door would shut, it would create this vacuum. So you couldn't get the door open for like something like 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, just no matter how hard you push on it, you couldn't get it open. So one day I was stocking, as I was a stalker, to stock ice cream carts. And not the creepy kind of stalker, but like an ice cream stalker. I would go around the park and I would see which carts were low on ice cream and lemon chills and cherry chills and stuff like that, and do inventory. And I would go get product and I bring them out to the carts and restock them and stuff. So I had to go out to this freezer to do inventory, and while me and one of my coworkers were in there, the door shut on us in the sub-zero freezer, and man, was it cold. We were like stuck in there for like 10 minutes with that door shut on us. I mean, it was like 100 degrees in the middle of the summer. So at first it's like nice to go in there, but man, when we walked out, I was wearing glasses at the time. It was just like instant fog of glasses. Like stepped out of there. One time I was working at the exit of the Texas Giant, and I was working one of the carts, and there was another cart next to me with another coworker, and so we're working, and then all of a sudden one day I saw this guy just run past, just really fast, and about 2 seconds later I saw like 2 supervisors and a manager like running past, like chasing the guy. We're like, what was that all about? I don't know. A little bit later they came walking back, and I was like, hey, what happened over there? To one of the managers, and they're like, well, this guy got off the ride and he decided to pee in the bush. So the guy, I don't know, maybe he was drunk, I don't know, got off the ride and decided, instead of like literally like walking, you know, a few yards around the corner to the bathroom, which is like literally right there, he decided to just go in the bush. Oh man, some people, I tell you. But apparently there's a number of yeah, apparently urinating is a thing at that park. It's always a guy urinating, never a girl. Go figure, right? Oh. One of the cool things about working at Six Flags, at least back when I worked at Six Flags, is they would have employee parties. And so after the park closes, they just pick a random day. They close down, the park would close, and they would open up a section of the park for the employees to go ride rides and free food and stuff like that. And that was always a lot of fun. I always really enjoyed that. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to try a little bit of rubbing alcohol on this. See if I can smooth out some of the fingerprints. All right, let's see how well this works. Oh, it works pretty good. Get rid of some of the fingerprints on these bones. So isopropyl alcohol will help smooth things out. It needs to be at least 90%. I think any less, it doesn't work very well. I remember one time I wasn't working at Six Flags. I was just there as a visitor, and this is by the way, this is pre-digital cameras. right? This is back when you actually had to take film down and go get it developed. So I remember we were walking in the park, and there was apparently a family trying to take a picture of their, dad trying to take a picture of the kids or whatever, and we didn't see it because of the way people were positioned, right? And I just remember going through the camera, just hearing the click, right as me and my friend were passing by. And we totally photobombed this family's, not just photobomb, like completely got in the way of their picture. Oh man, they were the dad was so mad. But in all fairness, this was pre-digital, so he has every right to be upset at us. We felt bad. We're like, oh no, we don't want to be in somebody's family photo. Hopefully they laughed about it. The family, that is. I hope they laughed about it later. I'm sure they were mad. So funny thing is, this year at Disney World, or when we were at Epcot, we were in the that area with the speed with the cars. I forget what it's called. But my kid was trying to get his picture taken, and so it's timed. It's like, but you have to fill out all this information and do all this stuff so before you can even get the picture taken. Then you go sit in the car. It's this high-end car, and there's a countdown. It'll take like 3 pictures of you, so you can do like 3 different poses. And on the third pose, or third picture, and of course there's a line. There's a line to be able to do this. So it's a lot of work to try to do this again. On the third picture, there's a kid who walked from the outside, and I saw him walking, and I was like, no, stop! And the kid didn't stop. And click. I mean, literally, all you see is those, like, because the light is just like silhouette of this little boy right in front of my kid. My son was so upset. I felt so bad. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. But we can't do this again. I just don't have time. The ultimate photobomb. Not just when you're in the background, but when you take up the entire picture. I think the kid, I didn't make a big deal about it, but I was very loud about, hey, kid didn't listen, you got it right in the way, yada yada yada. We're gonna have to go. We don't have time to take another picture. And my kid being all upset. I think the mom overheard that, and I think she probably gave her kid a lecture for not paying attention. But in all fairness, my kid did the same thing. There's quite a few times I was like, stop! People are trying to take pictures here. You don't want to get in front of their photos. Remember what happened to you in your photo. You weren't very happy. Let's not do that to somebody else. Oh, I hope this doesn't take away the little cracks I put on the skull. Oh, delicate areas of the face. Oh, I think I have one more very inappropriate. Well, I should say very inappropriate. A semi-inappropriate story from working at Six Flags. It's something I witnessed. So this is in the late 90s. Kind of give you the time frame. So one of the things that was very popular in the late 90s was Marilyn Manson, right? So so I, being an artist, I was sitting in the I was doing characters at the time, so I would sit and I would observe people out in the park and just kind of watch them and see how they move, and studying, because I was also studying to be an animator at the time. I was in college. And we call them Manson kids because they're the kids who'd come out to Six Flags in 110-degree weather wearing black leather, head to toe. And I'm surprised none of them died from heat exhaustion. So anyway, Manson kids, they're goth, emo, whatever they're called. So I look over at a bench, and there's like kids. They had to have been in high school at least high school. And there's the boy who's sitting back slouched in on the bench, and he had his girlfriend sitting on his lap, just like that. Again, dressed as that style of clothing. They both had like these very unamused looks on their faces, like, I'm too cool to be here. I am unamused with Six Flags, with this theme park, right? And you're just sitting there, and the guy just does this. He just goes and like puts the girl's boob in his mouth, like. But the thing was, no reaction from her at all. Like she just sat there like obviously this is a thing with this couple, and it was no reaction to it. I'm just like, oh my god, he just put her boob in his mouth. What the heck? Like through the shirt, right? Through the shirt. And I'm like, I get one of my coworkers. I was like, dude, did you see that? Did you see what happened? Like what? I told him what happened, so now we're watching these kids sitting on the bench, and sure enough, it happened again. The guy just, she's sitting there with her back arched and stuff, and with an unamused look on her face, and he's same way. He's just kind of like sitting there with her on his lap, that look, and he just goes. And just full boob right in his mouth again. Again, no reaction from her. Whatsoever. We're like, oh my god, he did it again. Oh my goodness. I think I would be too afraid. I would be, even if me and my girlfriend had some sort of thing like this couple had, I don't think I could do that. At least not in a park setting like that, right? Just oh man, kids. I remember one day I saw this Manson kid walk past my where I was working. It had to have been, I don't know, 100 plus degrees outside. I was sweating. I could feel sweat I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and I feel the sweat just dripping down my body because it's so hot. And I see this kid walk past. This guy, kid you not, black boots, black leather pants. I'm assuming he is wearing a black leather shirt and a black trench coat, full sleeves, full length trench coat. And I'm like, how is this kid not dying? I don't get it. Well, that kid had to have been hot. I say kid, but he probably at that time he probably wasn't much older than me. Yeah, too much free time and not a care in the world. That is true. Well, you know, maybe they grew up to be a CEO of a tech company. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I think if well, every girl I've ever dated has had a lot of self-respect. So I think if I ever tried that, I would have gotten slapped. I mean, I would never. I couldn't do that out in public. You know, just. Oh man. Oh, okay. I got one more Six Flags story that I can think of, and then I probably have to call it a night because I got to go to work in the morning. But this was told to me by one of the security guards that I knew there. So him and his manager, they were out in the park, patrolling the park, and at our Six Flags, we had a giant orange tower. I forget how many stories high it was, but it's really tall. This is at Six Flags Arlington, Six Flags Over Texas, Arlington. And the tower was closed for whatever reason. But some kid had decided he caught one of the cats that were in the park and got a trash bag from somewhere and made a makeshift parachute, and he went up to the top of the tower and he took the cat with the makeshift parachute and he threw the cat off. And the two security guards who were down on the ground saw somebody up there throw something, saw this shape deploy, watched it come down and realized it was a cat. And of course the cat was like arms and legs splayed out going, you know, it's just coming down. And so the security guards are like running. They're going back and forth to try to catch this cat. And not the security guard I was talking to, but his supervisor, he was able to get under the cat and caught it, but the cat had clawed straight down his face like that, hit the ground and took off running, and they couldn't catch the cat. And of course they went and they got the kid and got him arrested and whatnot. But oh man, some people, I tell you, a lot of animals in these theme parks. A lot of them aren't afraid of people either, because they're so used to being around people. A lot of squirrels. Squirrels are territorial, and if you know this, you can actually watch the squirrels up in the trees have territorial disputes. I remember one day I went into into the back room. Here's another story. I went into the back room where our air compressor was. We did a lot of airbrushing of the pictures that we would draw. So I went to the back room to get the air compressor, and there's a little hole in the wall, in the drywall, and there's a raccoon up inside. I'm like, oh my god, there's a raccoon! And when the air compressor kicked on, it's real loud. It's like really loud. And man, that raccoon tried to get up inside the wall, and I had to call animal control to come and get the raccoon out. But yeah, there's a lot of wild animals. When we were at Disney World, we saw lots of bunny rabbits, believe it or not. And they're like kind of on the other side of a lot of the fences, like at Epcot. And they would, they're just like casually like Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna eat this grass here. I'm gonna eat this flower. Oh, I was eating a couple of places I ate, and ducks would come in and they would just like waddle around all the tables looking for food that people dropped. Same with the squirrels, man. There's this one squirrel who was like, "Hey, you gonna give me some food?" Like, no, I'm not gonna give you food. Go away, squirrel. Don't feed the animals. All right, I think I'm about done for tonight. So I was able to define the hands a little bit more. Or focus. There we go. I was able to get some hand definition done a little bit better. Smoothed out some of the stuff with the alcohol. Got the fingerprints removed. I'm gonna double check on like some of the muscles in the glutes and what have you. Make sure I'm not missing anything. And then I might spend in my spare time. I might spend a little more time on this left hand. Then I think I'm gonna just go ahead and bake this thing and call it good. Good for now, so I can start working on some other projects. So, anywho, thank you for joining in, and Lady Clay, if you're there, as always, it's a pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the feedback that you guys and gals give. And again, Wednesday I'm going to be doing my motion builder, animation, motion capture, fun stuff, and I hope to see you all next time.